Hey guys, we have with you Samsung's very first triple camera smartphone. It's the Galaxy A7 that launched in India starting rupees 23,990. Well, there's another 6 GB variant of the phone that goes all the way up to 28,990. Uh, But the highlight of the phone here, apart from the very attractive pricing, is the triple camera sensor on the phone. Now, Huawei did something similar with the P20 Pro, but that's an out-and-out flagship device priced at way upwards of 60,000 rupees. So this is Samsung has done it for half the price. Albeit it's a bit late to the market, but it's here right on time. Now, Samsung's reason for putting 3 cameras is to open up a whole new avenue of shooting ultra wide shots. So this one comes with an ultra wide camera sensor. It's a 13mm focal length with f2.2 aperture. Apart from that, it has a 24 megapixel primary sensor with f1.7 aperture and another 5 megapixel sensor with a fixed focus and f2.2 aperture just for taking depth of field shots. So I will be taking a quick photo of something. Let's see, maybe this work. It's saying the live focus is ready. I'm going to increase the amount of background blur on it and take the photo. Let's see how the background blur can change. So you can say portrait dolly, and you can change the amount of blur you would need. So this one gives you a clear background, and if you push it all the way up to the max, the entire background is blurred. Now it does look a little bit artificial if you ask me, but maybe you can experiment a lot more with this. There are other features as well, such as a scene optimizer. It is Samsung's way of saying it has AI in the camera essentially, and it can recognize what you're shooting and then optimize the camera settings based on what you're shooting. There's also slow motion. It's not the 960 FPS slow motion that you would enjoy in flagship Galaxy device, but it's close enough with 120 FPS at 720p. There's AR emoji as well, which has become more or less a standard in all of Samsung phone's camera, and hyperlapse is there as well, allowing you to shoot hyperlapse shots. There's a beauty mode up here, there's pro mode and a panorama mode, so that's all about the camera. Apart from that, up front there is a selfie camera for 24 megapixel selfie camera. It's fixed focused again, and it has an aperture of f2.0. This can also take portrait shots along with this one, and there are other nifty camera features which I am going to show you right here. Now, if you ask me for the internals of the phone, it is powered by a 2 GHz octa-core Samsung Exynos processor. The chipset's exact model number is the 7885 Octa, and that is paired with either 4 GB of RAM or 6 GB of RAM with 64 GB of storage. Now, an interesting part of the thing is Samsung also introduced a feature called installing apps directly into your SD card. So if you are running out of space or you don't want to cram up your internal storage 64 GB of worth, you can always transfer your apps and your content in an SD card, and Samsung provides support up all the way up to 512 GB. Of course, you will need a class 10 standard fast micro SD card to enjoy the same app launch speeds that you would usually enjoy if the app was installed in your internal storage, but we'll test out how that performs. Otherwise, it has a full 6-inch Full HD Plus Infinity display. It is the Super AMOLED display that is seen on the more expensive Samsung phones, and it does look pretty dazzlingly bright and vibrant. I have to test out a lot more to give you a definitive verdict, but it does support Widevine's L1 specifications, unlike most of the Xiaomi phones, most of the Honor phones, and a couple of other Chinese manufacturers. Widevine L1 allows you to stream content from Netflix, Amazon Prime in HD, like the way it was meant to be seen on a full HD display. So that's there as well. Apart from that, there is a 3300 mAh battery that Samsung claims can give more than a day's worth of battery life. Again, we're going to put that claim to test, and we'll let you know in our in-depth detailed review very soon. The design of the phone is very much reminiscent of Huawei, an Honor phone, the Honor 10, which had similar gradient, shiny, metallic glass finish. It looks pretty modern, pretty bold. There is no notch. Samsung is yet to come out with a device with a notch. Thankfully, it is differentiating itself by boldly sticking to the older standard. So you still get a 18.5:9 aspect ratio display. Another interesting part of the phone is the fingerprint sensor is right here on the side. So Samsung figured out that you would anyway press the power button and then unlock it with the fingerprint, which I don't believe is the case. Most other fingerprint sensor can directly unlock your phone just the same as turning on the power button. But nevertheless, to reduce the number of steps that you would need to unlock your phone, Samsung has integrated the fingerprint sensor here on the side. It's again a Samsung first, not an industry first. Sony has been doing the same thing in its Xperia lineup of phones for quite some time, and Samsung has decided to do it here as well. Well, but one thing's very good. Usually, the A series chips smartphones and the J series smartphones before this would take a lot of features down from the flagship series, the Galaxy S series, the Note series. But this time around, Samsung has done something really different, right? It has introduced features that is not there in any of the flagship phones out there right now. A triple camera setup is the first for any Samsung phone out in the market, and is Samsung just testing waters for the upcoming Galaxy device? We don't know, but it sure seems that if you are on a budget, you don't have to sacrifice on the latest features. You can get all the cutting edge of technology, the bleeding edge of camera technology right here in this phone priced under rupees 30,000. That is certainly interesting. It seems to be a pretty good phone. It's pretty solid, pretty slim. It's not that heavy as well in your hand, and it has Samsung's Experience UI with the latest Android 8.0 Oreo. Now, update has been a problem with Samsung phones for a while now, and since Samsung customizes almost every aspect of the AOSP Android build, so updates do take some time to reach all phones. Similarly, I'm guessing this one too will take its own sweet time to deliver you Android 9 Pie update. But it's a pretty stable phone, and it has a lot of features that your stock Android phone won't have. Plus, you get 6 GB of RAM, 64 GB of storage, 3 cameras, a 24 megapixel normal autofocus camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a 5 megapixel depth sensor. Apart from that, it is more or less the same Samsung UI. I can count a lot of bloatware apps. Hopefully, you can uninstall them. Yes, you can. And there is a lot more storage available right now thanks to the ability to install your apps in the SD card, right? So these are all the features that I have to show to you about the new Galaxy A7. The A7 is going to be available from September 27th to 28th exclusively online, and after that it's going to be available everywhere across all retail channels. There is a 2,000 rupees offer for HDFC card holders if you purchase the device, so you essentially get it for 2,000 bucks cheaper. 6 GB variant is priced at 28,990, while the 4 GB variant is priced at 23,990. And if you add the discount to it, it becomes even more affordable. Now, if you ask me for the competition in this range, there are quite a lot. The Xiaomi's Poco F1 is there, that's shaping up to be quite the performer, and if pure performance is what you want, that phone is still one of the best out there. There's also Asus Zenfone Max, Asus Zenfone 5Z, that also incidentally have the wide angle sensor and can take your portrait shots using an AI based algorithm. So more or less same features, but with a flagship Snapdragon 845 chipset, a bigger battery, a notch display, and so there's a lot more similarities between the two phones, but there's a lot more different happening as well. I particularly like Samsung's A7s for the sleek design, kind of like the chrome finish, the shiny chrome finish on the body, side fingerprint sensor, and the triple cameras. Now, they surely look enticing on paper, but how they're going to shape up to be in a real day-to-day usage is something that we're going to explore in our detailed review. Till then, this is all that we had for you, and if you like this video, do let us know, and yeah, stay tuned. Thank you.